First, our top story tonight at 11 o'clock. It has been 1 day since the Superior Court judge sided with the state and Governor Dan McKee in the removal of the tents from the State House grounds. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Olivia DeRocha. The judge ruled that the ACLU failed to convey how efforts to remove those tents from the property was a direct violation of their rights. ABC6 News reporter Dominique Turner spoke with the governor today. Although he didn't have a press availability today, I caught up with the governor after he spoke to those living and working in the Cranston Street Armory. He told me that the first 24 hours of the Armory shelter have been successful and upbeat. Catching up with Governor Dan McKee nearly 24 hours after the Cranston Street Armory opened up for shelter and after a judge ruled in favor of the state removing a homeless encampment at the foot of the State House.
All the people that are within our office and others that were really, had the patience to try to figure out how a good option and what to do.
Last week, the ACLU of Rhode Island filed a lawsuit on behalf of the homeless people camped out on the grounds of the government building, arguing it's their First Amendment right to protest. But the judge siding with the state, and Saturday morning, crews were out at the State House removing the encampment.
Seeing that the front of the State House is being, cleaned up right now, I think that's a good positive message. But if you don't have shelter, and places where people could go, then that would have been a problem.
Meanwhile, on Saturday at the Cranston Street Armory shelter, 50 beds now set up for those who need them and an on-site doctor available too. McKee making an unannounced visit Saturday afternoon.
Just checking in to thank the people that are, doing the work inside, Amos House and the different, volunteers that are in there, as well as the National Guard. But also saying hello to the people who have taken advantage of the, warming station that's inside. And I think there's a lot of good feelings in there with people who are struggling, but we want to be doing everything we can to help.
He just walked through here. And he talked to most people that were in here and got their feelings, what they were going through. So he's very engaged.
When asked about the court win, the governor said he feels it's the right decision, giving credit to those who are taking advantage of the food and shelter, as well as those in his office who had a hand in the organization.
Right now, we're just going to keep on trying to find shelters and increase that number and work with the people who are willing to do the work.
Governor McKee told me within the next week or so, he plans to share ways the public can directly get involved in the state's plan to help and give back to the homeless. For now, in the newsroom, I'm Dominique Turner, ABC6 News.